My name is Jeffrey Davis, and this is Radio Entrepreneurs Cape Cod Week, and we are at the JFK Museum in Main Street, Hyannis. And I want to thank our friends at Merrill Lynch Cape Cod for sponsoring us this week. Our next guest, Serial something, I don't know what column, he's got a lot of hats. Used to be at the University of the Deaf. Now he runs the Genealogical Society, and you're also an author, correct?
Yes.
And that is David Martin. Welcome, David.
Thank you very much.
Not the David Martin, if you just happen to be listening, who I used to go to high school with, but you don't look like him. But he didn't have gray hair at 16. So, so David, tell us about the Genealogical Society and how did you get into that whole area, and then about your book. You have a new book.
Thank you very much. I've got interested in genealogy as a result of the extensive work that my grandfather had done in the 1930s on various aspects of our family. It was in southeastern Massachusetts. And one thing led to another, and I became very serious about genealogy back about 30 years ago. And later became president of the Cape Cod Genealogical Society. My term will end in the middle of the summer this year, 2015. And it's one of these hobbies that gets to be a very serious avocation. And one of the things that's very true about this is the asking of the question, why bother to do this? Why worry about our ancestors? They're all dead anyway. And the answer is, it's very important for us to know where we came from and who we came from and some of the stories. And so that's how I got interested in genealogy.
I'm a believer that we're somewhat of a product of our breeding. Not 100%, but I think it affects us.
It certainly does. It can't not affect us. And
We look at it in dogs, why not people?
Absolutely. So in any case, the Cape Cod Genealogical Society has about 300 members and a very active program of speakers and other kinds of activities. I'll just put in a mention of our website, which is www.capecodgensoc.org, GENSOC.org.
Well, I'm going to ask you that again at the end.
Sure, that's fine.
So, tell us about, why you got into this whole area in the first place.
Well, I think it's a matter of being curious about one's roots and one's origins. We're all aware that Alex Haley really gave a boost to current genealogical interest when he published his famous book, The Roots.
Kunta Kinte.
Yes, Kunta Kinte, exactly. And so
I was holding on to that till you finished your sentence.
Very good. Well, a lot of our listeners will be familiar with that. And of course, that was in the 1970s. And
yes, I was dating myself.
Yeah. And so genealogy began to take off as a more serious pursuit. Up until that time, it had a great deal of interest in some places, but the people were not as serious about citing sources and being very organized and really pressing for the